Welcome to the Creators MBA podcast, your go-to resource for mastering the art and science of digital product entrepreneurship. My name is Dr. Destiny Kopp, and I help business owners generate consistent revenue from their digital product business without the need to be glued to their desk, constantly live launching, or worrying about the social media algorithms. I hope you enjoy our episode today. Hi there, Dr. Destiny Kopp here, and welcome back to the Creators MBA podcast. Today, we are continuing the Creators Growth Flywheel series with one of the most important episodes so far. And as we wrap up the series this week, I'm going to help you diagnose which stage of your flywheel is slowing everything down, why it matters, and how fixing it changes everything you have been experiencing in your business. This is the episode where the entire system finally clicks into place. And just so you know, this is the second to last episode in the series. And tomorrow, I'm going to be going behind the scenes into my hobby school brand so you can see how I audit my own growth flywheel and decide what needs to change as we head into 2026. But first, you need this episode because it gives you the lens you need to diagnose your own system. First, let's talk about why your business feels close, but not quite there yet. And most business owners I work with are not confused. They're not inexperienced. They're not unskilled. And they are absolutely not lacking effort or commitment. In fact, most of them are doing all of the right things. They're showing up. They're creating content. They're nurturing their audience. They're making offers. They're tweaking funnels. They're listening to feedback. They're learning and they're implementing constantly. The real issue is not the work they are doing. The issue is that their business has pieces. It has good pieces and strong pieces and pieces that they have worked very hard to build. But those pieces are not working together. And when the pieces are disconnected, everything starts to feel harder than it should. Funnels stop converting. Sales become unpredictable. People are engaged, but they're not buying. Traffic may spike, but it doesn't lead to revenue. And this is not because something is broken in you or your audience. It's because your system is incomplete. And this is exactly what the Creators Growth Flywheel reveals. So I want to give you a really quick recap of what we have talked about this week. So let's go through the flywheel with a fresh lens now that you have seen each of the stages in depth. The first is the attract stage, and that is where people first discover you. Then you have the engage stage, and that is where they take action and become subscribers or maybe even a starter customer. Then you move into the nurture stage, and that is where trust deepens and your voice becomes familiar to them. And then you move into the retain stage, and that is where people understand the transformation you lead and they decide to go deeper with you. And then you have the advocacy stage, and that is where your audience begins to champion your work and spread it for you. These stages are not random. They are interconnected and they rely on one another. And even if one stage is weak, the entire flywheel slows down. And this explains why you may be doing almost everything right and still not seeing the growth you want. So you are not missing the effort. You are missing the connection between the stages. And here's the big problem. When business owners feel stuck, a lot of times they focus on fixing the wrong things. They may tweak a funnel that is not actually the bottleneck. They might write more content when content is not the issue. They may rebuild their offer, even though their offer was solid. Then they try 4 new tactics because they were convinced that they were not doing enough. Or they think they have a sales problem when they actually have a retention problem. So there you go. So when you fix the wrong stage, your business does not improve. And then the frustration grows because it feels like nothing is working. It feels like everything is unpredictable. And then it feels like there's no clarity on what to do next. And the truth is, the problem is not everywhere in your business. The problem is in a few select areas. And when you identify that stage in that area, everything will start changing. So let's talk about the real reason why you are stuck. And everyone that I have worked with who felt stuck, they had one thing in common. And they thought the issue was spread across their entire business. But when we dug in, the bottleneck came down to one stage that they should focus on right then, just one. That one stage was slowing down all the others. It was carrying too much. So let's talk about the real reason you are stuck. So most people, when they realize they have opportunities in their business, they decide, okay, I'm going to fix all 10 of them. And that is just too much. What I generally recommend is that every single quarter, you pick 1 to 2 things to focus on for that quarter. So you are not spread too thin. It doesn't mean that you can get to something else the quarter after that, because you absolutely can. But I just want you to focus on 1 to 2 things in your growth flywheel and really hone in on fixing those. Because when you identify those 2 things, and I always like to focus on the things that will move the needle the most. When you focus on those 2 things and that 1% improvement every single day, you will get fast results. You'll start to see that your conversions increase, your retention increases, your referrals increase. The stress definitely will go down because you'll be super hyper focused on 1 to 2 things. And things will begin working with less effort. And that means that you're not necessarily working harder, but you're just working smarter because you're focused on the things on your business that you need to focus on to actually move the needle. So let's talk about diagnosing your own business. So you have 2 options here. Number 1, you can guess. You can rely on your intuition, or you could try to fix 10 different things and hope and pray that one of them works. Or you can run a simple diagnostic and let the system show you exactly what is slowing you down. And you can take a free 5-minute diagnostic with Sloan. You can go to destinycop.com/Sloan. And she will walk you through each stage of the growth flywheel and help you pinpoint the exact place where people are getting stuck. And you're going to see your biggest opportunity, your highest ROI focus in that one stage, if addressed, can unlock the next level of growth in your business. Sloan is super fast, she's simple, and she will help you remove all the guesswork. So I can tell you that people who have been responding back to me with their Sloan results, they're like, here, it became clear. Here's exactly what I need to fix. They're like, this explained everything. No wonder it felt so hard before. So that clarity alone can change things for you. Once you take that diagnostic and you see your stage, here's your next move. I want you to reply to me and tell me your result. You can just reply back with one word. You can say attract, engage, nurture, retain, or advocacy. I will respond back to you with some thoughts and things to think about, a private excerpt from our Creators MBA playbook that matches that exact stage. I pull that out for the series because I want you to know what your stage actually means and what it reveals about your business. So that first simple shift will give you a big lift. So that is your starting point. Do that, respond back to me, and let me know what Sloan told you. Have a great rest of your day, and bye for now. Thanks for listening all the way to the end. I hope you enjoyed this episode today. If you loved the show, I'd appreciate a review on Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast platform. Have a great rest of your day, and bye for now.